Hey Sagittarius, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your June 2021 overview of the whole month just to see what's going on with you for June. And whatever comes out, we're going to use the Wise Old Tree Tarot spread and look at some clarification. Maybe if love comes out, we'll get some romance oracle. We'll definitely get a yes or no at the end. So let's see what's going on. And this is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Any cross watchers, we are calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, because I don't want to talk to anybody else. Here we go, Sag. What is going on for you in June? What are you up to? Okay. This is funny. I'm hearing that song, that Maroon 5 song, Girls Like You. I love that song. All right. So the first thing that I'm noticing, oh, here it was. I'm like, I noticed something. What was it? What was the first thing that caught my eye? It is this devil card here. It's in things to release. So you've either released this or this is what you will be releasing. This is what your higher self is wanting to eject out of your field. And here is the devil card. This is one of the best devil cards. I like this devil card. This is also a Capricorn card, but this is, to me right now, speaking about obsessions. And it's also talking about codependency. It's also talking about things that we're attached to that are just addictions. This guy has these marionette strings attached to this person. And this person down here is having all sorts of anxiety because of this control that whatever it is that these marionette strings represent have over them. And so this is about releasing those things, releasing control, releasing obsessions, releasing addictions, releasing themes and patterns that don't serve you. So that's the first thing that I noticed when I was laying the cards out. We'll get some clarification on all of this too, but I like that that's there so far. Heart of the situation. This is about being action oriented, about recognizing how you are not standing up for yourself. I'm also hearing justice. I don't see justice here, but I'm hearing that there's some kind of justice. There's something where somehow you were wronged or you feel like you were wronged, and there's this not standing up for yourself, or maybe in the past you haven't been, but it's now time to speak up. So this is being action oriented about that. This is also reevaluating where you have, being action oriented about reevaluating where you have felt injustice. And possibly for some of you, it's true. It's like, I need to stand up for myself, or I need to take action and do something about this. For others of you, there are a couple different streams of energy here. Places where you have said things have happened in an unjust way. It's talking about reevaluating those situations, looking at them differently. Okay, the next thing that I like to see here is the happening now and into the near future. Sag, this is your star card. This is a wish coming true. This is you connecting with your highest and your greatest potential. That is at your energy, connecting with your highest potential energy. But what that looks like on the outside is connecting with a person, connecting with a job, connecting with a project, connecting with something that brings you to feel like you are connected with spirit. Okay. So in June, that is happening. And I love that. Big picture is talking about, I'm hearing sacrifice. I'm not seeing, oh, there's the hangman too. The hangman is even your advice card. It's like, hold up, take a pause, step back into the bubble and just be in your own juices and see what's around you. Take a look from a different angle. But okay, so this has something to do with this advice, because that's what I was hearing. The sacrifice of not moving forward when you feel like you want to like push on and move forward and move out of something. It's like, hold up, let's look at this from all angles. So this being the big picture, here's the Seven of Cups. This can be wishful thinking, magical thinking. This can also be having lots of different options. It's reversed. So for me, this is focusing. It's focusing on one of those things. It's choosing one of those things to direct all of your attention to. But in doing that, there might be some sacrifice. You might have to pick one thing instead of 5 things. You might have to make a choice. But in making that choice, you might even be inspired to make that choice because it is the inspired decision, the inspired connection. Okay. And coming from this place of some kind of unhealthy group dynamics, some kind of, upset in the home front. This is also a legacy card, longevity. And this can be marriage, this can be, long-term relationship and home, and it's reversed. So it's coming from this place of things feeling, I even want to say disheveled. So your higher self is talking about being in transition, still being in transition. Something wants to come full circle. There wants to be a rebirth, but it's like you're still in transition about something. There's stuff still cooking, and you're not ready to bring that full circle just yet. So we'll clarify all of this. That'll be a good one to clarify. I'll move these over. And I'm hearing that song again. Girls like you run around with guys like me. I don't know. Okay. So your angels and guides are talking about you moving through heartbreak, sadness, disappointment. And this could be from a third party. Third party can be another person in the mix, but it can also, romantically, but it can also be, it can be friends, it can be family, somebody, somehow getting into your relationship that is not the two of you. It's like any kind of third party. Doesn't have to be romantic. It can be your dog. So, but just saying, for some of you, this is definitely third party. For some of you, it feels like a family member more so, or friends like family. Okay, so your higher self is talking about not moving forward just yet out of transition, and your angels and guides are talking about, it's like I am moving through this upset and disappointment, but I'm not through it. I'm not through the woods. There isn't a clearing just yet. So resistance is interesting too, because you're coming from this place of unhealthy dynamics or like this unrest in the foundation. And then there's resistance to start creating a new foundation. There's a resistance to making a promise of some kind, whether this is to someone else or whether it's to yourself. But this is resistance in starting the process of creating a foundation, a solid long-term thing. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get through all of this before we start clarifying, but yep, I want to know about all this stuff. So in the past, present, future, this is past. Here we have this Queen of Wands. She's sassy and she's sexual. There's a lot of chemistry with this Queen of Wands. This is also, if this is not a person, this is an aspect of you. So this is also somebody who is very much in their energy and very much a manifester. They are very inspired and inspiring, and it's an intrinsic light. It's something that comes from within them. Okay? This is being very motivated, and this is in the past. So in the present, here we have some kind of disillusion, some kind of separation, and some kind of upset around that. I never say the Sun card is a completely bad card. This is such an amazing, wonderful card. But when it's reversed for me, it's like there's some reason why you're keeping yourself from your great happiness and your great truth. This Sun is what is inside this goddess intrinsically. And there's some kind of separation here. And now the Sun card's reversed. So it's like, this is like that the energy is there, but you're not allowing it to come fully into your field. So this very well could be your energy, Sagittarius, and you're not fully acknowledging your own truth, your own light. There's some kind of feeling of separation. However, for a lot of you, I feel like this is a person that you feel separated from. And here is the outcome or the trajectory, and it's talking about a lack of, wow, I'm hearing confidence and security, which really could be both of those things. But ultimately, I see this as a communication card, and it's reversed. So there's some kind of lack of communication here. Ooh, let's get with it. Let's get to it. What are we going to clarify here? Okay, so the first thing I want to clarify is the Hanged Man. This isn't your advice. It's just like, hold up, wait a minute, see things from all different angles, slow down, don't keep pushing forward. If you do, you're going to be possibly going down a path that you're only seeing from one angle. There's something that you need to see that you haven't seen yet. This is so interesting too, because we've got this sunshine up here, and then we've got this intrinsic light. She's holding it in her hand, and the Hanged Man is seeing it. It's like lighting up from the third eye, the pineal. This is seeing the truth more clearly, being able to clairvoyantly see the energy that's coming at you in a different way. And right now, it's like there's some kind of separation from the force. There's some kind of separation from source, so you're not seeing the lit path. Just because you're not seeing, like when you see the lit path, you still have free will. You can still choose whatever you decide to choose. But right now, it's like you can't really make the choice because you can't see the path that's being lit in front of you. All right, Hanged Man. Let's go. You do have lots of majors here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what that means is that's not just day-to-day energy coming through. You've got some clear soul lessons coming through in June. Yeah, wow. Okay, so the reason why this Hanged Man is in your advice is because going down the path that you're going on, this little piglet is this card, I hate to say this out loud, but it's like, it looks worried, and it has these little lines on it, like it's going to its demise. It knows something's going on, but it doesn't quite know what's going on or what it's just about to walk into. I just want to like grab it up and save it. But that's what this is doing. So the advice for the Hangman is like, hold up before you run down this path, before you go down this path. I'm not saying it's the wrong path or the wrong way, but before you, yeah, maybe there's some demise that's going on forward. This is even the Four of Cups too, that's represented with this little piglet too. So it's like, just wait a second, just wait, that's really Mercury retrograde too. It's like, don't make any big, huge decisions. Don't sign any contracts during this time through June 22nd or 23rd or something. But okay, I have lingered on the Hanged Man long enough, I believe. Let's look at this Seven of Cups, because part of this came in with that Seven of Cups. This is about having lots of options and choosing basically the one that most suits you, the one that serves you for your highest and your greatest good. This may have to do with romance. This may have to do with walking away from one romantic path and choosing a different romantic path. Let's look at this star card, Sagittarius. Yes, I would say this is definitely heart related. Okay. This is about choosing the right path for your heart. I would say this is love related. This doesn't feel, this can be soul purpose. So this can be like your calling in life, but this definitely feels, especially with this moon card in Lenormand, is a lot about romance. And this card is a lot about the tiny space within the sacred space of the heart. It's coming from the heart. It's coming from love. And with this disappointment over here, with your angels and guides talking about moving through that, it really does feel romantic. So there's a lot of romantic stuff going on in June for you, at least some contemplation around it. Let's look at these dysfunctional dynamics. It looks like something ended here. There's some kind of relationship or dynamic that ended here. This crossroads comes up for that. So a path was chosen. 22 also is a soulmate twin flame card. The star card is a twin flame card for me. The star card is also about talking to your angels and guides and mediumship, being able to speak astrally together, heart to heart communication. Let's take a look at this being in transition. Your higher self is like, this decision was made and I'm still in transition about the recuperation process. My heart is, yes, looks like there was some kind of duel. This is also kind of internal conflict. There's some kind of conflict around this transition. Let's take a look at this. Heart, yeah, and here's the sun card. Here's the sun again. Your heart is like, I talk about illumination. I want to be illuminated. And you have the sun and the moon in this spread. And to me, that is like, there are two sides to everything. It also shows me that you might be dealing with two sides of yourself. And that for some people, this kind of like check yourself or reevaluate how you've stood up for yourself in the past. It could come in a way where you have two sides. So just evaluating the two different sides that you have. Sometimes people would say this could represent like Jekyll and Hyde, kind of. There are reasons for that, but just like recognize where you're coming from and why that's happening. But this heartache wants to be illuminated. It almost seems like it wants to be, you want to show it to someone. You want to show your heartbreak to someone. Oh, and that jumped out. And this is about romance. This is about, okay, and I just heard the word trickery. So I Sagittarius, I don't know if you're trying to tell someone or illuminate to someone that your heart is broken so that you can romance them in some way, or if somebody is trying to do that to you. But this moon card can be, romancing someone, romancing an option. I don't even want to say an option because somebody can be romancing you and seeing you as an option. All right. So let's look at the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands, both reversed at the heart of the situation. So the Four of Swords, I love this little heart in here. This is being action-oriented about your heart. This is about getting a lot of clarity. If somebody has been treating you like an option, Sagittarius, it's really time to not just be an option. There's so much heart here. There's so much love and initiation and inspiration and sun and light in you. You should not be an option. Just saying, okay? So let's look at this action-oriented reevaluation, and we have the star again. If you've chosen something that is not your true star, your true north, this is about evaluating that. I'll talk about Mercury retrograde. It's the perfect time to reevaluate that. And this is about home. For me, anyway, this card is about like the fire and the hearth. This is also the fire, the star and the fire. This is very romantic. This is very heart-oriented. All right. What obsession are you needing to release? What is it about? I have an idea, but let's see how that goes. Here's the key, 33. So this would be the Eight of Pentacles also. And this is working hard for the truth, seeing the truth of the matter. This is what I was going to say that it was. And I feel like this is coming up for some of you. Literally, I was going to say it felt like it was financial. It was money oriented. But, you know, and this is money. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is working hard to create stability, to create longevity, to create resources and stable resources. But this is like, this almost even feels like the obsession that you might have the answer already, or the obsession that you know what's right. This would say you're missing something. So it's like, release the idea that you have all the answers. Your advice is like, if you think you have all the answers, you could be walking in to demise, into, and what I mean demise, it's like regretting the choices that you're making. So there's a reason to look at the options again. Don't mean options this way, I mean paths. Okay. And looking at this, I have resistance to creating possibly a new foundation. I have resistance to starting over. Starting over, wow. Let's take a look. Yeah, starting over. Looks like with a lady friend, or this is a feminine energy. So we do have this feminine energy up here too in the past. So I have resistance to starting over with feminine energy. Okay, let's take a look at this Queen of Wands, Sag. This Queen of Wands is talking about money and talking about safety. There's literally money in a safe, but here's the safe and it's open. So whatever resources this Queen of Wands has, whether this is an aspect of you or a person, this is about being safe, being abundant, being able to manifest all of these resources. This is even the Four of Pentacles. This person saves. This person, wow, what saves, and it's not just about saving resources and saving money, but and that's something that it looks like they do. It's like they have this everlasting fire within them that just creates warmth. She's a generator. Okay, so this Four of Pentacles, this is also, she's creating stability, energetic stability. She's safe. She's creating safety. Okay, wow. Or that is what was actually what was happening in the past. Here's what's going on in the present. This disillusionment, separation, not being connected to source, somehow not letting source all the way into your heart chakra. Let's check it out. And would you look at that? Here's the gentleman. Here is the counterpart to this lady friend. And aha, this gentleman energy, this masculine energy, looks like they are romancing someone. Big picture. They're romancing someone. They very well may have chosen someone, but there's something about this Jekyll and Hyde thing. This person is romancing someone for their own, I want to say protection, which is interesting, but they're doing it for their own safety, for their own, they're offering a rose, making someone feel special, but it's for them. It's not for like this, there's something missing from this connection. It's not reciprocative energetically. This lady is the counterpart. He is her counterpart, yet energetically, somebody is not able to open, to be vulnerable, and to give equally as the other person. Okay, And, you know, this very well may be why there's no communication, or I'm hearing ground rules, but also like goals. There are no goals toward this. It's like the energy is here. This star card, though, coming forward and happening now and into the near future, it's like the energy is there, but then there's no communication. Haha. Yet there is a spark of communication. Here's the Child card. Ultimately, and you know, this is the King of Swords up here, represented on this Child card. This is strategy. This is some kind of strategy. But this can be communication, and it can be new communication. So what I want to do is take a look at the probable outcome for this. What is the probable outcome for this June energy? There's a lot of love energy. It looks like there's a lot of decision making when it comes to romance. A lot of this feels internal. And it looks like there's a reason to take this Mercury retrograde off, not make any decisions, or contemplate what is going on, what has happened. Whatever you do, please don't be an option. That makes me feel really sad. But also, don't be romanced by someone who's just looking out for themselves. I mean, that could be you, Sagittarius, romancing someone because you know they are the best option, but I also feel like there's a lot of heart in this. The pair has shown up. All right. Probable outcome. All right. Yeah. Wow. So June, it feels like Mercury retrograde straight up. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, it's reversed. Here's the Star card, same card here. Here's your divine potential, reversed. And here's the Five of Wands, which is literally conflict, internal conflict. So it's like this can be reevaluating all of these things, having all this internal conflict around this highest and greatest potential. Heart shifting is what I'm hearing. So let's go ahead and, you know, I'm going to pull from the Magpie Oracle. And I'm going to get some Romance Oracle. Then we're going to get some yes and no. So, all right. Magpies, magical magpies, tell me about the wheel. Tell me about the star. Ooh. And tell me about the internal conflict. Wow. Okay. So this Wheel of Fortune, you got the Native American headdress guy. This for me is about ancestors, but he came in reversed. But it's about ancestors, it's also about past lives, and it's reversed. So I feel like somebody's not listening to their guides, not listening to their ancestors, not connecting with their past lives, not bringing things full circle or putting dots together, connecting the dots from past lives. Here's the Star card reversed. Here's the 6, and it's the green die instead of, there's a red one in there and a yellow one. This is go, go, go. And here is this hopelessness around it. This is the wishing well that's coming up for, it's somebody really wants to go forward and wants a wish to come true. But there's this internal conflict about whether or not that's going to be able to happen. It just feels like there's a lot of, oh, wow, I'm hearing wishy-washiness. Like, I think what really that means is back and forth. There's just a lot of back and forth. Somebody's not making a decision. And I'm hearing, be honest with you, be honest with yourself. When it comes down to it, what is the most important thing? Be honest with you. All right. let's go ahead and get some romance oracle. Angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, Archangel Gabriel. Worth waiting for, whatever this is. If you do feel like you are in a holding pattern when you want to go, 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 and your stars reversed, worth waiting for, worth reevaluating, worth checking out. This is still in transition, having all of this internal conflict. Whoop. And honeymoon. Somebody just wants to get away with you. Get away. All right, Sag. Healing family issues. It very well could be this too. This is coming from a place of, you know what I'm hearing is tragic awareness. Tragic awareness of what I'm also hearing is uncomfortable dynamics. Making a decision based on that. Healing family issues. So this ending could have had to do with family issues. And this definitely, this devil card is releasing programs that very much start with the family, which is down here too. So keeping that in mind, we're going to pull one more romance oracle and then we're going to get a yes or no. Let your friends help you. I feel like your friends can reflect back to you what it is that you do. Your friends can be family, your friends can be people you know, your friends can be your therapist, whatever. But it's people who help you by reflecting back to you. Just keep in mind that sometimes they reflect back to you things that you don't necessarily like about yourself. This is about shadow work, this devil over here. It's releasing some shadows or releasing some grief around the shadows that you have. Your shadows aren't bad things, they're just part of you. It's the acceptance and the integration that heals that. And these friends will help you understand that, but you still have to deal with it or it's just going to continue to come up like shadows. Okay, let's take a look at yes or no. We're asking our angels and guides for a direct yes or no. Archangel Gabriel, please. And we got not the right time. You know, it's Mercury retrograde. This Hanged Man, whatever it is that you are making a choice on, hold off. Okay. Oh, wow. Choose a new direction. All right. One more, angels and guides. There's a peaceful resolution. I feel like that peaceful resolution is a lot of intrinsic awareness. It's a rebirth of the star within you, the fire, the sun inside your soul, your solar plexus. Okay, Sagittarius. Love you. I will talk to you soon. Have a good